Hi guys, welcome to Soccer Beat, which will hopefully become your new home for soccer forever and forever and forever. And I'm very pleased to say, me, Peter the Toy, I'm sharing the platform with three of my favorite people. We've got Michael Morton. If you remember Mike, he's done the rounds in the PSL, been there for many seasons, many seasons. Started the Orlando Pirates, Maritzburg United, Bidvest Wits, Supersport, Cape Town Spurs, and a few others in between. Mike, welcome. We're going to have a great run together.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, guys.
And Seppo Masilela. Seppo is one of these guys who started off in the first division, went straight overseas. Maccabi Haifa won league champions there, played in the Serie A Getafe against the likes of Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. There are very few people who can say that. Came back to South Africa, Kaizer Chiefs, won another 2 league titles, Amazulu, the one and only Bafana left back, Seppo Masilela. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
And then, what can I say? Hey, what can I say? Wide on the right, or number 10, wide on the left, the Shibobo King. It's the one and only. They call him Cheese. Cheesy. Cheese Boy Mokoena. Welcome, brother.
Cheese.
Good, man. Good. Listen, I know there are a few people who could do a better introduction than that, but let's get straight into it. And you guys out there, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and comment, please. Your comments are important to us. It's all about engagement. We want to hear what you have to say and what you think about us and any ideas you want us to bring to the show, and any questions that you want from the four of us. Also, follow us on social media, and let's get straight into it. The big game on the weekend was Kaizer Chiefs introducing themselves to the South African public to the new season, and they played against Yanga. We're all not going to look at the negatives there. Not a good result, got a bit of a hammering. But what interested me was the curtain raiser. Switch the TV on, Kaizer Chiefs legends against Bloemfontein Insulting. Who does see? Left back, our friend here, Seppo Masilela. I watch the game, I go for a glass of water, come back 5 minutes later, he's gone. What happened? I mean, Mike made a good comment. What did you tell me about? I spoke to you about it. You said something about Dylan Kerr.
Yeah, I said that appearance lasted about as long as Dylan Kerr lasted at Marumo Gallants.
So what happened, Seppo? I think Mark Mayambela doing those tricks in front of you went, "Hey, Icon, I'm getting out of here."
No, I got an injury earlier on in the game. I pulled my hamstring actually, so that's why I had to go off.
Yeah.
But I was not running away from Mayambela.
Well, he didn't. He did everything in the first 5 minutes, and you didn't see much of him after that. But let's go to the game. As I said earlier, very bad result, not a good performance, and we don't need to go through all the negatives. But what I want to know, and I think our viewers out there really want to know, is in that kind of situation, a lot of young players, they obviously must be down after that result, confidence knocked. And even the senior players, they've got to be saying, listen, we've got a long, hard season ahead of us. If this is the squad that we're going to have going forward, it's going to be tough. What would senior players do in that kind of situation in your day, and what would you recommend the senior players do right now? Do they go to the coach and say, listen, coach, you better get us new players or change the system? We're not suited for the system. Or do you go, oh, my goodness me, it's going to be difficult here. What do you say to get that team back into the kind of shape that senior players would want them to be in?
Thank you, Peter. No, I think it's still early days, for senior players to be engaging the coach. The coach is still new environment, new team, new players. It will take time. But also for the youngsters, for them, it's not to drop their heads. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean they've lost the league. The league hasn't started yet, They just have to work more harder.
But don't you think the senior players will be saying to themselves, what are we going to do with this team? Surely they and the tactics, if you look from a tactical point of view, the first half, they 2-0 down, and I can see the coach decided to play a lot more attacking with the fullbacks going up a lot. But if you look at the back, Mart between two centre-backs, the two central midfielders in front of him, they're not Nengamashe or Katsanda type players, left the team very exposed, and hence a 4-0 defeat. So surely would senior players be going, hang on, these tactics are not going to work for us, or do you think even that is early days?
Now, my question to you guys is, who are the senior players at Kaizer Chiefs? When I look at that squad, I don't see big personalities there. Besides Kune, who's obviously part of the furniture, I don't know how many of those other players are actually big experienced players, big personalities in the dressing room. I think that's actually a major problem at Chiefs at the moment, is they don't have those type of guys that can actually put up their hand and voice their opinion in a dressing room.
Seppo?
But I think
That's a good
you
point,
got a
Mike.
guy, you got a guy like Fosler that is there. You got a Peterson. I think the boys have been around the league for that. I think they can get to that level now as being senior players at Chiefs because they have a lot of youngsters coming through. So I think they should take up the baton and start fixing things and start fixing some of the younger guys because they've seen it. They've been through the rough patch. So I think it's time that they step into those shoes and try negotiate or talk with the coach in terms of how the players are, what's the mood, what do they feel about the tactics and stuff. Because it's just going to be a one-way thing where it's just going to be Coach Nabi saying, I want you to play a 3-5-2, but they also need to understand how the players are feeling in terms of his tactics.
Seppo, anything to add there?
Yes, with Yusuf Mart, he's the one wearing the arm belt, but it's not only his duty to be there for the players and to try and motivate the youngsters. They, as Chizzy has said, they have Peterson, they have Quinika, who was previously with the development before he left Kaizer Chiefs. He knows the culture, he knows the in and outs of Kaizer Chiefs. So yeah, it's not only Yusuf Mart's responsibility to lead the team. They have a couple of guys who can lead, and hopefully they'll get it right.
Well, Chiefs fans will hope you're right on there. But if you, what I really liked about the coach Nabi in his post-match interview, he was very positive. I mean, they'd just been beaten 4-0. He didn't turn on the players. He didn't say, I need players. He didn't use that opportunity to say, I need to get a new squad. I need new signings. He backed the team. He said he's not worried. He's very positive. He's very happy what's happening, and he's got no complaints. And I thought that was very interesting. It either said, there's a couple of things. He could just be saying that to keep the fans happy and maybe take pressure off the team, or he really believes it. And then if he's really believing it, is he being naive? Is that really the case? Because they got a hammering from a team, a very good team, but Kaizer Chiefs should never have a problem against teams like Yanga at home and so on and so forth. It's not you playing against Real Madrid. So his positivity was good, but is he fooling himself, or is he just saying that publicly, but in the dressing room he's saying something different? I mean, you guys have all been at Pirates and Chiefs. You've heard these kind of situations before. I thought the positivity was good. Is it good for the players, or is he saying something else differently? What do you think? Seppo, you go first.
Oh, definitely. As a player, you want a coach that will protect you there outside in public, but deep down, no coach likes to lose, especially in the way they lost. I'm sure behind closed doors, they will have strong words to the boys. And again, it gives you a belief and confidence that the coach is not saying it's just us, the players, to blame. They're in together in this journey, and it's gonna protect them, and they all have to fight for the coach in return.
And as a player, Mike or Leboya, when you hear a coach speaking like that after a heavy defeat, surely it makes you want to play for him.
I think
what the guys say to the public and what they say in the dressing room can be two very different things. They can come out in support of the players and be very positive in the public, but behind closed doors, I think he'll know that there are a couple of issues there, and I think results like this actually gives him a bit of bargaining power when he goes to the ownership to say, look, maybe we don't have enough. Maybe we're going to need to go into the transfer market, and I think could use this as a bit of a bargaining chip, this performance, to say, look, boss, I need some players.
I think he's got a very good point there. Sorry, Lebo.
I think he had hammered the guys for sure, Mikey. I don't think as any coach that would just leave it just like that, especially at the start of his regime there at Chiefs. I'm sure he's hammered the guys and told them, look, if you guys are not going to pull up your socks, I'm going to need to bring in new players, and that normally as a player, that just makes you want to work even extra hard because you don't want to lose your place or you don't want to be transferred or put on a loan to another team, So I think in the back scenes there, I'm sure there was a lot happening, and the guys surely have to put in the extra work to try and recover from that. As much as it was just a preseason match, but it means a lot to the Chiefs supporters and to the coach as well. I think it gave him a chance to see what he's got And I'm sure with what I've heard with the director, Junior Mutaung, saying they might still go back into the market. So it's a sign that the coach has hinted that I need to bolster the team and get top players to come and assist with the youth, because it's a lot of youth players there. I think we all can see it.
Yeah. My feeling is that he was great, right in sorry, Seppa.
And just to add on that, after such a result and performance, also the players, I'm sure they worried because the transfer window is still open, so there's still going to be movement. Are we safe, going forward? Does the coach believe in this team, or, so also as a player, you get worried after such a performance and result, so no one can rest.
No.
The thing that 2 points I took out of that game was, number one, the coach's positivity after the game. And I think that was good for the fans, and I think it was good for the players to see him backing them publicly. But I think what was very clear to everybody, and not talking about the ability of the players, there didn't seem to be this urgency in Chiefs. We're down. We got to get tight. We got to start kicking players. I'm not advocating kicking players, but you understand what I mean. We've got to let Yanga know we're there. They were playing, in my eyes, they were playing as if it was 0-0 or 1-0 up in their favor. I didn't see this bite from Kaizer Chiefs that somebody like Katsanda would be in there and he'd start putting a few tackles in, and the rest of the opposition going to go, okay, we can't be too casual here. And that sort of gives the team, we all need our ball players, but every team needs a Nenga Marshe, John Mueti, Linda Buthelezi, Eric Tinkler, who can come in there, Mike Morton, who can come in there and go boom, 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 and that gets everybody else going. So you get people going on the field when your winger goes past players, or your striker gets a great header in, or your midfielder knocks some great balls. But you also need that play in that Seppa, you're a defender as well, that there are a few tackles fly in and suddenly the opposition go, this is not that easy. And I think that would worry him very much, especially comes from North Africa where they know how to get stuck in. But on a separate, talking about the coach, something very different happened here. He brought in an entire technical team. And if you look at the history of Kaizer Chiefs, no coach has ever brought in an entire technical team. And he didn't bring in an assistant, he brought in an entire team. Is he getting special treatment?
Special treatment?
Would you say Nabi's got special treatment?
I think Sepp can take that one because he's been at the club and he's seen how other coaches, when they got there, did they get the chance to bring in players? Steve, did he get a chance? Or maybe they're just following a trend. But Seppo, take it, my guy.
Yeah, special treatment, maybe a yes and a no, because we've never seen it happen before at Kaizer Chiefs previously. It's the first time it happens. And listen, maybe again, Kaizer Chiefs have looked at where football is going and how coaches operate these days. They move with their whole team, so maybe they thought it's about time. They also follow the trend and try this new way of doing things. But it's the first time we see where a coach brings like 5 guys of his team. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out.
Well, I think good point there. And the question is, the Kaizer Chiefs will give him time, I think, or we think they'll give him time. But will the fans give him time? The fans are going to say, you got your own bench there, you got all your people there. Will they give him time? And brings me to the question, I think that the fans will like the fact that he's been positive, because supporters want to hear a coach that's been positive, not going, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. So that he started that on the right footing. I believe that, well, I'd like to hear your views on this, but if he gets Chiefs playing very good football, good attacking football, and I did see that in the second half, he does seem to like a team to go forward with fullbacks pushing higher and so on and so forth. And he's obviously clearly not afraid to see themselves being exposed at the back. So I think he's a brave coach. I think he's not scared to go forward. And I think if he can get it right defensively and he can get the team playing very good attacking football, which he needs one or two more players to be able to do that, and somebody who can finish up front, but maybe he'll get those players. But I believe that if he gets the team playing good attacking football, the Kaizer Chiefs fans are good. They understand football. They know they're not going to win the league in this first season. If they can get a good cup run, but actually play good football, I think you could find, Lebo, and you've seen this, and Mike at your old club, Orlando Pirates, take Papic. He never won a league trophy. Gordon Ingerson won the league. Roy Barreto won the league. The fans said, Hamba, we win the league. It doesn't matter. We don't like the way you won the league. But Papic, he was there, 2 seasons? And he played fantastic football. I loved watching that team play. and the fans were happy with him and loved him, and they packed the stadium. So, do you think? I mean, is that a fact? Do you believe in that? That if he gets the team playing, the fans will give him time? Seppo or Lebo, Mike, what's your thoughts? Will he get time?
I think he'll probably get time, but not enough time, because already he's brought his own technical team. Like, the Chiefs supporters, they already have that in their back pocket to say, look, we've given you this and we've given you that, and the team is still not performing well. But like you said, if the team plays well and the supporters are happy with the performance and the dedication and the passion, because they feel like that's what's lacking at the club. No respect for the badge, no respect for the culture. So if they get that back and get them playing well, I mean, for example, at Pirates, we went through the same phase with Costadin. We played 2 seasons, brilliant football. I think we had half the team in the national team, and they still wanted him for the 3rd season, because we came as runners-up twice to Chiefs and Sundowns. But the supporters were eager for him to stay because they enjoyed the game. We even had fans from other teams coming to watch our games, just to show that the brand of football was so exciting, because a team like Chiefs, Pirates, or Sundowns, you can't just win the league just playing ordinary football. You need to actually have the balance of both, play good football and get the results, which is a difficult thing, but I'm sure with time they can maybe get it right.
Next question I want to ask you is, clearly he can't speak English fluently. And does you guys have all been in the situation? Cheese, you were there with Leal when the Brazilian was there. Mike, you must have had coaches whose English wasn't so good. Gavin's not that good. Seppo, you played under foreign coaches. At Bafana, you had Santana. I want to ask you about Santana before we get to... but did you think he's the translation problem? I mean, there must have been a situation in the dressing room. Give us some examples in the dressing room where a coach not being able to speak English properly has been a problem. Cheese, you had Leal there. What is
I had a lot of coaches. I had Bibi Mutombo, who was one. His English was not so well. I had Micho as well. His English was not so well. I had Augusto. If I could understand Augusto Palacios, it meant I could understand any other coach that would come at Pirates.
Yeah, he set us up well, Cheesy. We grew up, we were taught from a young age.
We were taught from a young age, Mikey. Hey, come, Mikey, come, hey, So I think as a player, you also need to adapt. But South African players, too soft, too nice. You'll find the coach is giving instruction, even if he's trying with his broken English. But you need to read between the lines what he's trying to tell you. And sometimes guys get upset if the coach is saying, you need to break the line, go behind the defense, and the players, Zulu, akakhulumi Zulu. Now you need another translator, which is your teammate now, to tell you, no, the coach says you must move that way. And that takes time out of the session, and the coach wants to be in and out, So that's going to be a big challenge as well, because if he's got a lot of young players, I don't think some of them can take the heat that he's going to bring while things are not happening, because now he's going to get frustrated. And now being frustrated means you're losing your language more now. So the coach is going to be going berserk.
Mike, did you experience any language problems with Ernst Mittendorp's English is probably good enough nowadays, but when he gets angry, I'm sure he goes into German.
Yeah, never too many language issues. I think the toughest was at in the Pirates Academy with Augusto. But I had Cheese as a translator. Cheese used to translate for all of us.
And Seppo, I've got to ask you. I remember listening to Joel Santana after Bafana games. I would be on the floor with laughter because I never knew what he was saying. And really, in the Bafana dressing room, there must have been laughter galore. Maybe not in his face, but you guys must have been laughing. Tell us the truth here, Seppo. Joel Santana.
No, definitely there was some laughter, but not on the coach's face. Because when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yeah,
but luckily, he had his assistant coach, Coach Julio. So he was helping him to translate, because he was there previously with Coach Pereira, and when Coach Santana joined, he left the assistant coach there with Bafana. So luckily, he helped him a lot. But yeah, definitely there was some laughter after team talks or after the game.
Yeah. Well, I think his tactics were lost in translation because our record underneath him was shocking. But listen, guys, fantastic. Enjoy that. We're going to take a quick ad break from and it's a competition time, and we've got Adidas here as a competition, and our show Soccer Beat is going to be filled with competitions and
Cheesy.
prizes, guys. There we go.
Where's
Everybody,
Adidas?
we're going to be filled with competitions, lots of prizes. So keep
There's
following
also got a
us.
sponsor on.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
And more Adidas.
This is for Amapagani. Yeah. Win an Adidas voucher worth 1,500 with Soccer Beat and Adidas. Tell us, what is the name of the iconic man known as the father of Soweto? Comment below with your answer, and who knows, you could be the winner of the voucher, and you can use it to buy the new Orlando Pirates jersey with it.
Welcome back, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and also follow us on social media. We're going to go to MTN now. Big start to the season. 2 games. Stellenbosch versus TS Galaxy. 2 coaches have done exceptionally well. Let's do a quick fire here. I want to hear your predictions. Lebo.
This has just been buzzing in my head for the past few weeks. I've been really thinking about this result, and I'm gonna go with Pirates because my ancestors told me that. Yeah, the Pirates ancestors, they told me that, hey, my guy, we are going for the kill. So I think Pirates are gonna take this one 2-1. Not an easy match because if you check the head-to-head, I think Pirates is leading with 9 games that they've won, with SuperSport having won 8. So it is going to be a bit difficult for Pirates, but I'm giving it to Pirates on this one.
Good. And you got a foot in both camps there, Mike. Having played for both teams.
Yeah, the SuperSport Pirates game is a big one. I'd love to sit on the fence on this one. I'm very attached to both clubs, but yeah, I think Pirates are the steadier ship at the moment. I really like their squad. I think they like what they're doing. They've been competitive in cup competitions as well, and there's a bit of instability at SuperSport at the moment. I think Gavin's shown he's been a bit upset with the amount of players that he's lost over the last couple of seasons. His best player, Chandra Campbell, having left now as well, and you can see he's a bit upset with the quality that he's losing in his squad. So it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. I see they announced some signings just a couple hours ago. So they're building a nice squad there, but I think Pirates got to get this one.
And Seppo?
I'll go for Pirates 2-1 extra time. I think they have the depth and the quality.
Get the guys who placing your bets. Those who placing your bets on Betway, Seppo's even giving you not even anything hasn't told you. I like it. Betway are one of our sponsors as well, guys, and I think big ups to Betway. Funny enough, coming to rescue the PSL after losing the sponsorship from DSTV. So fantastic Betway, and they're one of our sponsors, and there's going to be a lot of interesting prizes coming from and competitions coming from Betway's side as well. And we look forward to the start of the PSL season with Betway behind it. But talking about Pirates and SuperSport, one of the interesting things of the question is that if you look at Orlando Pirates, 23 points behind Sundowns last season. And if you look at the squads, they're quite close. There's not a big difference in playing size squad and also in the quality of players. Why are they so far behind? And can they make it up this season? Let's talk to the Pirates.
I'd say Pirates can. I think they're in for the running for this season. But I think last season the biggest flaw was when they lost some of the key players through injury and through performance as well. You had a Saleng that started off well, and then his form dipped a bit, and coach had to make some changes. And making changes, you start to get players that don't really have enough game time, And then you had a Lepasa that was scoring well in the beginning, and then he lost his form, and now they had to bring in Mabasa now as well to try and cover that. And that sometimes you're losing points while you're doing that because you're getting a player ready, and then it's going to take him a game or two to actually adjust and get to it, And also it helps with the bigger squad because they're already in the Champions League. So they really need the depth in the squad. It's just going to be how he manages the squad because you don't want to have 2 camps where other players believe that these certain players are the starters and we're the non-starters. But the mindset must always be ready because the coach could call you at any time. So it's very important how he's going to manage that big squad. It's not going to be easy, but they do need a big squad for this upcoming season.
Yeah. And Seppo, I mean, you won league titles. Do you think? I mean, with such a big squad, why are they and such quality players? Why not closing the gap to Sundowns in the league?
I think it boils down to consistency. Sundowns have been consistent, that's why they are the champions. And if they can start strong, be consistent. And if you look at Pirates, they tend to drop points where you think, against these smaller teams or the small teams where you think they should pick up points. I think last season they didn't win against Cape Town, and Cape Town Spurs
Yeah,
got relegated. So
yeah.
it
Cape Town
tells
Spurs.
it tells you it tells you sorry, Cape Town Spurs. It tells you a lot about them. If they can focus on getting points where it matters most and forget about the big games. Those ones they all take care of themselves, but you need to collect as many points as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike, what did you play in that game against Pirates
Which game is that?
when they beat? Didn't you Cape Town Spurs beat Pirates last season?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did play in that game. Yeah, we didn't win many games, but we beat Pirates and Chiefs. So I don't know if it had anything to do with Pirates or we just knew how to do the business against the Soweto teams.
But what?
But yeah, the
Why?
reason I think that Pirates are so far off Sundowns, I think Seppo can speak to this. I mean, I'm not a league winner, but there's something to be said for teams that have experienced guys that have won the league before. If I look at these teams who know how to win, who know how to get these crucial wins over the line, you might have, when I look at the squads, I think equal quality there. But Sundowns have got guys that, I mean, Dennis has won the league 8 or 10 times, something ridiculous. They've got so much experience in terms of how to get wins over the line in crucial games and how to get a consistent run together. So I think that's where the big difference comes between Sundowns and Pirates at the moment.
Yeah, I see Pirates
Yeah,
have got Devon O'Brien, the ex analyst from Stellies behind their team right now. Maybe with those kind of stats coming in, could improve the way they do analysis and get those little details get you extra points sometimes
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Just to add on to what Mikey said, Peter, when we won it with Coach Pizzo, I mean, he started off with a brand new team. He started off when he signed Kama, he signed Kalbet Malajila, Dove Wome, and all those guys got injured halfway through the season, right? And you had guys like us, me, Surprise Muridi, Anthony Lafore, Kennedy Mweni. We were not playing at all. But what was key for him was that our mindset was okay. As much as we were not playing, but we were being supportive to the guys that are playing, knowing that this is a marathon. You might need me for those last 5 games where I can just take you over the line, and that's what exactly happened. And he was lucky enough that he had guys with strong mentality that, okay, I've not played the first 14, 15 games, but surely this last 15 games, the guys that have done it, I need to carry the baton and make sure that, because everyone wins, at the end of the day, all of us celebrate, all of us get the medal.
Correct. Good point. Tell me, just going to Stellenbosch. I mean, they play in TS Galaxy, and I think they're odds on to win that game. But theirs is this incredible success story. Hardly any money behind the team. They have got wealthy owners, but they don't put the budget in there. Incredible success story. Produce their own good players and sell them on, and buy cheaply and sell them on. They're doing something right there, Mike. You in the area, Cape Town. What do you hear along the grapevine? What's the reason behind their success?
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of the guys there, and from what I hear, they do a lot of data and analytics on a lot of players throughout the league, and not just the PSL, the NFD as well. These guys are scouring all of South African football for great players, and not just with their eyes. They're using fancy data and algorithms to pick up the best players in the league, and you can see that that's happening. I mean, their recruitment is second to none, and they just keep producing these incredible talents. And I mean, they've got a great coaching team, but when they're backed up by a great analytical staff as well, you can see the proof is in the pudding.
And when you played against Galaxy, did they? I mean, the coach has done very well there. What was their success? Why do you think they did so well?
Well, the coach has obviously done something right there. He's put a very strong team together there, and I think you've seen just he's a feisty character himself. And I think you can see that in the way that his team plays as well. There's looked like a very strong mentality. They've become a lot more aggressive because they've got a lot of nice ball players, but they've added an aggressive side to their game as well, which I think has really pushed them a little bit further. I like them. Tough team to play against.
I wonder if they'll go further though, because the players knowing that the owners are would let the coach go. I think as a player point of view, wouldn't it make you a little bit concerned? Well, he's prepared to let the coach go. This is the guy that's taken us here. Does he not want the coach to take us further? How would you feel as a player under those circumstances, Lebo?
Yeah, well, I think as a player you'd be shattered. It's like building a relationship. You're starting a good relationship with the coach, and you can see there's improvements. I mean, I normally speak to Vuyo, and he's so excited about what the coach has done since he got there. He's gotten the team to tick with the small resources that he's got. I think Galaxy have done well for the past 2 seasons while he's been there as well. And he always says it in his interviews that if only he had the financial power, surely he would be competing against the big guns and the big teams. He's always just pressing that button amongst these guys. The coaches on the other side to say, guys, if I have the tools that you guys have, I'll definitely do better than what I'm doing. But he's doing great with what he's got at the moment. But as a player, I'd pray that they keep the coach for another season and see if maybe they can get a cup, get into that top 3, top 4, which is possible because they've got a great squad.
Yeah. Tell me, I can't remember, Cheese, were you at Pirates when Krol won the league or you already left?
I just left the season. I think we came as runners-up 2009. Yeah. I just left because we had our own fallout there with the coach. He never liked the development players. Mikey can attest to it.
We're going to talk about that in a full session. So, guys, viewers out there, Mike and Cheese are going to talk about that in a full session. Don't worry. Sep, I want to ask you a question. Just last thing on coaches leaving. What surprised me, and you were a player there, Stuart Baxter came, first season wins the league, second season doesn't win the league, third season wins the league, yet the club let him go. Surely he could have built something really big then. They've won nothing since then. How does the player feel? How did you guys feel when you've been with him 3 seasons and you bring 2 league titles, which is great for all of you? You've got a big, strong team, physically a very strong team. Sure, it was a counter-attacking team, transition team, but still, you're winning football and playing very good percentage football, and he could have probably built it onto a better footballing side anyway, but you still had good ball players. How do the players feel? Didn't you think this is strange, or you just carry on?
Yeah, it was definitely strange. The players felt bad. We didn't really understand why the coach is leaving us when we've just won the league. Actually, we won the double that season. I think we won the MTN 8 and the league, and boom, we get the big news. The coach is leaving Kaizer Chiefs. But as a player, it's those things happen, so life has to go on. But obviously, we felt that if he stayed maybe a bit longer, we could have maybe challenged in Africa. That's the feeling we had, that with Coach Stewart and with that squad, we were growing and we are becoming stronger and stronger under Coach Stewart. But hey, it's football.
And also, you had a good physical team that could handle themselves, so would have handled Africa, I think. Did the management say anything to you guys why they let him go?
No, actually, they never said anything like the reasons behind the coach leaving the team, But I think it was some internal stuff that they didn't want to discuss with the player or with the media. So,
Right.
yeah.
No, thanks. That was incredible. Before we get on to readers' questions, let's take an ad break.
Lebu is stretching out and reaching high in Betway's latest game, Aviator.
Aviator?
Place a bet and the plane flies higher and higher. Pick the right time to cash out and you could win millions.
Millions?
Let's see.
Just woo! It's a shoe! He's cashed out and thrown off with the win!
All at the luckiest place to play, Aviator, Betway.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and share and follow us on social media. And your comments, guys, is all about interaction, all about engagement. The more you speak to us, the more we can speak back to you. So please talk to us. And on to questions from our viewers out there. They came on my Twitter account. In future, you'll obviously do them on the Soccer Beat Twitter account, and you'll be able to get all that on the site. From Wanda McKenyana, he asked the question, and I think it's a great question, and you guys could relate to it. What advice do you give a young boy from a rural village aspiring to be a professional footballer? If we can just give him 1 or 2 pointers.
Yeah.
Cheese.
I'd just a small advice to them is that I know that they live very far from where the opportunities are, but they should remain focused. They should remain disciplined, and they should do more training because you never know who's watching. You might be playing in a field that you believe that nobody's even watching, but somebody might be watching, and that might be your breakthrough. I mean, we had a promoter Manenze who was in Venda, picked up from Venda to become one of Pirates' top strikers. We had a Sia Sangweni. So there's a lot of examples that these guys that want that opportunity can look up to. And even if when they have time, make your research, try to find out how did they make it out of that situation. But stay focused, stay disciplined, and believe and know that you are destined for greater things. Only if you believe in what you are going to be doing, and your abilities will also make way for you.
And Sipper, I mean, you came from nowhere to go overseas.
From nowhere. No, my advice.
Yeah, Benoni.
Yes, that was a good quality team. Eh? We had a strong team there. Ask Cheesy.
One of my favorite teams I've ever seen in South Africa, by the way, the team that you played in Benoni. Top class players, great attacking football. But when I mean from nowhere, I'm talking about not from one of the big clubs where it's a stepping stone. You went from a so-called small club right overseas. It was fantastic.
No,
but tell the guy, talk to him, talk to Wonder.
Wonder Man. From my side now, I would say discipline, dedication, determination, and talent alone is not enough. You need to work very hard.
Yeah. And Mike?
Yeah, you just got to be mentally tough. It's definitely not going to be one direction all the way to the top. There's a lot of speed bumps along the way. There will be doors that will close, but there are other doors will open. You have to be willing to accept that there will be setbacks. You have to overcome those setbacks. The obstacle is the way, and you just keep going forward. And then, hopefully you get to the top.
Oh, Wonder, we hope to see you wandering in the PSL soon. Basil Masango asked a question that's hot on everybody's lips all over the world. VAR in the PSL. Mike?
For me, no, not in South Africa. I do want VAR at some point, just not now. I think there's a lot of things we got to sort out first. Our refs are still semi-professional, not getting paid properly. Until we get to that point, then we still got to get goal line technology. And then only, I think, can we actually get to VAR. While our refs can't put bread on the table for their families, we can't expect to be paying for a 70 million rand a season system. I think we've got to climb that ladder, and we've got to start at the bottom with making our refs professional and looking after them.
Well, I'll say one thing, Mike. I was going to say I'm a supporter of VAR, but after that very strong argument, I backed down. I say no, I agree with you. But let me not influence Cheese and Seppo. Your guys, any comments?
No, I also feel the same as Mikey. I don't think we are ready. I also know the referee situations because we do chat with these people sometimes off the field and stuff, and they tell us what they go through, and it's really really not nice. And I hope there can be an improvement before we look into VAR, which would be nice if we had. But also another factor is that the teams in our country or in our league don't have their own stadiums, so logistically it's not going to work for all the teams because even the broadcasters don't show all the teams at once. So it's just going to take a lot of time for them to actually get it right. They need to sort out the basics, the refs, the teams owning the fields, and then the other stuff will definitely follow. So they must take the money and put it where it has to go, and then the rest will follow.
Seppa, I got a different question for you. This question from Black Void is only for you. I wish it was for me, and I know Cheese and Mike would also wish this question was for them. He says, who was harder to mark, Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi?
Ooh, Peter, that's a tough one. Both legends. They both in the GOAT discussion, So, but yeah, it was an honor and a privilege to play against those players. They both legends of the game, and they've done a lot for the game, and they've given people and the fans of football joy. So yeah, it was an honor and a privilege. But I would say both of them. You can't really say this one was easier playing against this one or it was tough. They both good players.
Now I'm going to put my viewer hat on, my fan hat on, because and I love this from the kind of give us the insight. The night before the game or the training session before the game, you're playing against Messi. You're playing against Ronaldo. How are you feeling? I mean, is it excitement? Is it fear? Are the teammates very excited? Or are they obviously making special arrangements? How did you feel the day before?
Day before, I think it was if I'm not mistaken, it was the fourth game of the league, and we had to play Madrid away, in Bernabeu. I remember the guys during the week, when they saw like the possible 11 to start, they were like, do you know who we're playing against? It's Madrid this coming Saturday. But, my character, I've always been a cool, calm, collected guy. So I was not really that worried. Of course, you're excited, looking forward to the challenge. You're getting phone calls from South Africa, from home, They asking, are you ready? Can you stop Ronaldo? Can you stop Madrid? We were all excited, including my family back home. But me personally, I was calm and relaxed, looking forward to the challenge.
I think we made I think we made Tsepo ready before he left because he had the swatas, he had the cheeses coming at him. So that for him was a little bit of these ones they don't have the toti cake. They can do it, but they don't have that slickinyana that they have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well done,
the
Tsepo.
Kasi one.
Yes.
The Kasi one. The Kasi ones.
They don't have the
Jeez,
customer.
Geez, you know why you're correct? Remember Robert Nasib, who used to play for Kaizer Chiefs, right back?
Yes.
I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Lovely guy, a good friend of mine. So he went to
From
Sunderland
Namibia,
on
right?
trial. And I said, yeah, and he phoned me before he was going to Sunderland. I said, hey, Robert, good luck and so on. I said, are you worried about, they were in the Premier League. I said, are you worried, you're going to be playing against these Premier League players? He said, hey, Peter, I play against Jabu Pule and Dr. Kumalo at training. If you play against Dr. Kumalo, Jabu training, you can play against anybody in the world. He said, those guys make your legs go, your eyes go. You don't know where you are. But anyway, that was a fantastic show, guys. Really enjoyed it. We've got at least 3 to 4 shows a week. We look forward to seeing you guys again. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Because when you subscribe, you'll get notifications. And when you subscribe, we know you're part of the team. Don't forget to share. And please don't forget to comment. We want to hear what you've got to say. And also don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. So, Mike, if you want to say goodbye to the guys, any special message? So tell them you see them next week. Any wishes to the guys out there?
Yeah, it's our first show as a soccer beat team. I actually can't believe I'm on a group of legends like this. When I speak here, Tip's talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, and I got Cheese Boy here with me. Very honored to be on this team, and I can't wait to give so much content to this soccer beat community. So please like and subscribe. We're going to bring so much value to you guys, and we want to build a very, very strong community, soccer beat community.
Well said, Mike. Seppo, Mr. League Championship, Mr. Only one you didn't play against was Maradona.
Not my generation. No, but from my side, thank you, Peter, and thanks to the guys, and looking forward to many more shows and many more chats. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Good man. Cheese, we know you don't like speaking.
I can even give you a 16 bar on this. But anyway, thanks, Peter. Thanks to the panel that we have, Mikey, Tsepo, Peter, and the guys behind the scenes. We got so much in store for you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, everything that's needed. You got to do it. This is Soccer Beat, the home of football. This is where the African beat will be coming from. We're going to showcase and give you guys all the info, but we also would like to hear from you guys, what you guys think, what you guys want us to discuss. So let it be not a one-way ticket, but me and you, Kamina Kawena, for the love of the game. Give and take. Soccer beat.
Hey, love it. Thank you, gentlemen. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Soccer beat, ouça.